Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video I'm going to do a breakdown on gold. The trade that we took last week, and my weekly anticipation, what I'm going to be expecting this week, the key levels that I'm going to be expecting this week. Yep. So I'm going to start from the higher time frame. So as you can see, the yearly candle is a doji, it's an indecision candle. You can see that it's also bearish. On the 6 months candle, you can also see that it's indecision and also bearish. On the 3 months time frame, you can see that the nearest area of liquidity that we are having is this area, this candle overlap on the 3 months time frame. And this candle overlap can also act as a demand zone, whereby we can be expecting to see gold buying from. So let's go to, on the monthly time frame, you can see that price came to this, single area, rebalancing this single area, and we had that rejection on the upside. You can see that the monthly candle is also bearish. But we bounced from this demand zone. We bounced from that demand zone, that single area. When we go to the weekly time frame, you can see that last week, the candle of last week was bearish. The candle of this week is also bearish. But remember that we did bounce from this area right here. When you go to this single area on the monthly, the hidden liquidity on the monthly time frame, when we go to the daily time frame, you can see that we had this double area. We had this first area, and we also had this area here. This first area, you can see that price came, mitigated this area, lacked sufficient liquidity to come and take out the external range liquidity. After lacking sufficient liquidity to come and take out the highest high, we can see that price came to the other fresh area below. After coming to the fresh area below, we can see that price mitigated 50% of that area and rejected from here. The only thing that we had here is this daily single area. We can see that price came, tried to bounce from that daily single area, but it lacked sufficient liquidity to take out the high. Last week we are looking at these areas here. We saw that price came, consumed liquidity below this candle liquidity low. After consuming liquidity below that candle liquidity low, we can see that price came and lacked sufficient liquidity to break this high with a full body candle. The last structure that we were having last week was this single area. We are having this single area, so we took our shots from this single area here. Up to there, it was around 1,400 pips on the daily time frame. 1,400 pips. And as you can see, NFP, we also had NFP on Friday. NFP, we also had an entry right here on this single area. Our target, the external range liquidity. managed to secure some very good number of pips. When we go to the 4 hours time frame, we also saw that price had left a demand zone that was unmitigated. The demand zone that was unmitigated on the 4 hours time frame and where we were anticipating to look for buy positions is this last structure right here. So this was the last unmitigated structure on the 4 hours time frame. It was a fresh zone, so you can see it had that liquidity. It has that liquidity. So I was anticipating to look for buys from this 50%. From this 50% and then target the external range liquidity. So during the kill zones, I'm going to be executing only buy positions. Right now, because that is what I'm expecting to be. I'm expecting my buyers to be bullish this week. So right now, the only thing that we are going to be waiting for is the second liquidation, the second bullish liquidation. So let us look the last structure that we're having. So when we see a shift here, when you see a shift with a full body candle, we're going to continue taking longs to the external range liquidities and to come and clear this external range liquidity right here. So saying that was liquidity. So there's nothing much about gold. This is what I'm going to be looking at this week. Yeah, and price has already bounced from a key zone. So my work this week is going to be reacting with confirmations during the kill zones. Also had another trade on US oil. I took this trade on Friday. Yeah, and I'm waiting for TP. As you can see, we had a clear breakout right here. Price to test back, did not reach 50%, so that became liquidity, came and made this structure to be a type 1. It's a type 1 A plus setup. So executed this trade and I'm waiting to take my TP right there. So that's my anticipation this week. Yeah, so my work this week is to be disciplined, to react when each and everything aligns, when price aligns with time. Yes, when price aligns with time. And if you find this video insightful, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. See you next time.